Alright, boys and girls, and welcome to Going Guitar. This is Sasha, Sloan, and the song called Cowboys Cry. I really like the vibe here in this song, and I would like to do this song earlier. I had it, but yeah, time comes in between, so now it's time. Cowboys Cry. Let's take a look at this cool song. So we have a 5-chord song here. We're gonna use 5 chords, and it's pretty easy how to handle them as well, so we like that. No need for any capo, so let's dive right into the chords. We will start with D first, right? So that is open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E. We have C next, so that is 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, 1st B, and open E. We have G coming up, so that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, 3rd B, 3rd E. We have E minor, so that is open E, 2nd A, 2nd D, open G, open B, open E. And then we have the D F. That is basically a D chord, but with an F sharp in the bass. Sounds like that, and goes 2nd E, open A, open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and open E. All right, so we have two different variations of strumming. So I'm gonna show you how to do both now, and then I'm gonna go with one of them. And yeah, you can choose and go perhaps back and forth between them as well. Yeah, we'll come to that. The first one is the one I'm gonna show you this tutorial with, and it's the one I perhaps recommend. And it's very easy. If you grab the D chord, one string around will be down, down, up. So like this. Notice here I'm playing the first down on the bass strings, and then the down up a little bit down here on the higher notes. So you kind of have this answering, alternating stuff going on here. So that is one round, a couple rounds. Right? That's the first variation of strumming I would recommend, perhaps, and I'll also show you how many rounds of every chord you're gonna do with this strumming pattern. Then you can also use the second one, and it goes like this. All right, so it's first down, down. So one down on the bass strings, and one down on the higher string. And then you're gonna do one down again on the bass string, and then down up on the higher strings. So this one will be twice as long as the other one. I will show you how to do so. If you choose to go with this second strumming version, then you have to do half amount of times I'm gonna tell you through this tutorial how many rounds you're gonna play for each and every chord. So if I mention D2 for instance, then that means if you go with the second version of strumming, you're gonna play for just one strumming round, since it's twice as long. All right, so you're gonna do your own math there, or you can also bounce back and forth between these two different strumming patterns. I did that in the introduction of the tutorial. I use sometimes the main one I'm going to show you this tutorial with, but I also use the second one. You just have to keep in mind where it's time to change the chord. So it's up to you. Now let's go into the actual song. I'm going to start with the verse. You have D2, C2, and G4. Okay, that is one chord progression round. You're going to play for 4 rounds here in the first verse. So D2, C2, G4 goes. Second round. And just to be clear here in this first verse, I can also demonstrate how it goes with the second version. Then I will release that. I will leave that second version out of this tutorial and just continue with the main one. But with the first one, it goes like this. And keep in mind here, it's half amount of time, so it will be D1, C1, and G2, like this. All right, so there you have the second version. Now, let's continue here. We had the D2, C2, G4, 4 rounds here in the first verse. Let's go over to the first pre-chorus. So the first pre-chorus will be E minor 4 and DF4. You only do it for this one round and that's it. It goes like this. And that's the pre-chorus 1. Now over to chorus, okay? So the chorus is played in the exact same way as the verse plays. So no changes there. D2, C2, and G4. You do that for 4 rounds. And after that follows a post-chorus part. It goes E minor 2, D2, and G4. You do that for 2 rounds. Let's do that together. Post-chorus part 1. Yes, over to the second round of everything. Now the second verse is played in the same way, but only for 2 chord progression rounds, not 4. So 2 rounds instead of 4. And then over to pre-chorus. The second pre-chorus is different. You're gonna play E minor 4 and G4. So you don't use DF at all here. You go E minor 4 and G4 for only this one round, and that's it for the pre-chorus. I don't think we have to play through that, we understand. And the second chorus is played in the exact same way as the first one, and the same goes also with the second post-chorus parts. No changes there. And after the second post-chorus part comes an instrumental part, all right? So I'm just gonna mention it for you. It goes D2, C2, and G4, okay? So that is how you play the verse and the chorus play. You're gonna play that for 2 chord progression rounds. And it follows with the third pre-chorus. This one is twice as long as the other pre-choruses. And it goes E minor 4, DF4, then back to E minor 4 for the second round, and G1 down plus a pause. So it goes like this. Long pause there, and then comes right the last part of the song. It's the outro, and you pretty much pluck on the same chords you use for verse and chorus play. It's the D2, C2, and G4, and you could go with the same strumming or just pluck from the chords. It differs a little bit from the verse and chorus playing when it comes to performing the chords and use them, but you can go with the same strumming there. 2 rounds of that chord progression, and that is the end of Sasha, Sloan's Cowboys Cry. They actually do, okay? So yeah, great song, like the vibe on it. So if you did it as well, then give it a try. Pretty great song to practice on the guitar, works with guitar very well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, play tuned.